Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Aishwaryatube and today I'm back with yet another video for you guys. Now I'm starting with an HTML series on my YouTube channel and this is the second video of the HTML series. If you're at all interested in learning web development from scratch, then please consider subscribing this YouTube channel. You can press on the subscribe button next to my channel name and also click on the notification icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Because after the HTML series, we are gonna dive deep into a CSS series and then we will learn JavaScript. We will also learn React. We will learn Node and Next, everything from scratch along with projects. And my main aim is to explain you everything in detail. I'm not gonna just cover stuff from the surface level. I'm gonna go in depth in each and every topic that I'm teaching on this channel. So if you're at all interested in all of this, then please consider subscribing. With that being said, let's get started with today's video, shall we? Now, in our previous lesson, we studied that once we get the IP address of our server, we will get all the code files and resources from the server in order to render the website on your client machine, which is your browser. Now, in this case, we were accessing www.google.com and then we connected to the Google server, and through DNS, which is domain name system, we got the IP address of our Google server. That's how we could establish a connection with the Google server, right? And the responsibility of Google server is to provide you with all the code files and resources so that you can render Google homepage on your client machine, which is your browser. And ultimately, you'll be able to see Google's website, right? Now, this video is all about how websites really work, what websites really are. Now, when you see this on your screen, it's nothing but Google's website. So we can also experiment with this homepage, right? Because it's nonetheless a website. So we will take this example as we proceed ahead. But before that, I want to know exactly what browsers do. I want to know what the role of browsers is in web development. So let's get into that first, which is the role of browsers. What is the role of a browser? Now, a browser can be considered as the magical window that shows you the contents of websites. Now, there are different types of browsers. The most common ones can be your Chrome browser or your Microsoft Edge browser, Firefox browser, and recently there's another browser that has come into the market which literally eliminates all the ads that you would see on your websites and also on YouTube, and that browser is the Brave browser. You might have heard about it. Some people might also be using the Brave browser. Apart from that, if you're using a MacBook, then you also have the Safari browser. And if you're someone who has been using the internet for quite some time, maybe like back in 2010 or so, then that time there was another browser which was famous, and that browser is the Opera browser. If you had those Nokia phones along with you, then we could access a lot of information through the internet using the Opera Mini app. So if you remember the Opera Mini app, comment down in the comment section below, because I had like a Nokia, like a small touchscreen Nokia phone, and whenever I wanted to connect to the internet, I used to use Opera Mini. I think so. I also had Chrome at that time, I believe, but I used to use Opera Mini more than Chrome. So I have that fond memory. But yeah, that's also a browser. So these are some examples of browsers. And technically, if I define a browser, then a browser is something which knows how to read code files and run those instructions in order to make things happen on your screen. So when I say make things happen, I mean that it can show you some pop-up messages. Okay, let's say you're trying to delete something or you're trying to upload something, then it will show you a pop-up on your screen just to make sure that you actually want to perform that operation. Similarly, if you're searching for something on Google, then a browser allows you to perform the search operation. Now, if you find various images on Google, sometimes you search for images, right? And there are all these images, but you just want to download one single image. But you want to first see whether it looks nice. So you will click on that image and then you will get the image at the right hand side. Right, so this is the behavior that Chrome browser has, and every browser will have different behaviors. Okay, but basically a browser allows you to connect with the internet and allows you to get response of the request that you are trying to make. Okay, Now the most important thing is, at the start of this video, I mentioned that when you connect with Google server or when you connect with any server, that server returns a few code files. Now what are these code files? Now typically there are three types of code files. They are HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So there are three different types of code files that are returned by the server to your browser. Now one question arises as to why do we need three different code files? Because we are viewing one single website, right? Now in this case, in our example, we were viewing the homepage of Google website. Now in order to just view the homepage of Google, why will I need three different websites? Why can't I only have one website that can render the entire page? Now, we require three different files because every file has a separate role to play. Okay, now what are the roles? Let's understand them. The HTML file is responsible for the layout of the website. The CSS file is responsible for the styling of the website. And the JS, which is the JavaScript file, is responsible for the functionality in your website. Now, what is the full form of HTML? What is the full form of CSS? What's the full form of JavaScript? We will learn about this in detail. If you're at all curious, which you should be, then you can Google this out. You can Google out what the full form of HTML is, because I'm not here to spoon feed you. There are a few things that you need to do on your own, and as you Google things out, your curiosity levels will also increase, and that is something which is needed in this field. When you're in the web development field, you cannot learn everything and anything from tutorials itself. You need to do your homework. Now I'm not going to define what CSS is. Of course you know what JS is. It's equal to JavaScript, but CSS also has a full form. HTML also has a full form. Now your homework is to learn about these. What is the full form of CSS? What is the full form of HTML? Put this in the comment section below if you know about them. Many of you will know. If you don't know, you have Google, right? Google it out. So these are the three files that are given by the server to your browser, and every file has a separate role to play. Now let's take an example. Let's say that you are developing a game. Okay, now in that game you need some characters, right? Like any PUBG game or any game, you will need your own character, your own avatar, right? So having a character that has some powers, because in every game you can have multiple characters, but every character will be specialized in a few things, right? One character will have like one particular power, another character will have a different power, right? So knowing which power to give to which character and what one particular character can do in your game. For example, a game of Clash of Clans. Okay, we have giants, we have like other characters. I don't remember which characters were there in Clash of Clans, but when we used to play Clash of Clans, we didn't have one single character. We had various characters, and all those characters had their own powers, right? So if you are developing a game, then you need to know how many characters you need in your game, and you need to know which power belongs to which character. That is HTML. Knowing the layout, knowing the structure of how you want to build your characters. Apart from that, there are many levels in a game, correct? Your game won't be straightforward. You won't only have level 0 or level 1. You will proceed in the game through multiple levels. Okay? So how will you structure your game through the levels? What will happen in every level? That is something which HTML will do. Okay, that is the job of HTML. So the job of HTML is to structure your game, is to provide a valid layout to your game. Okay, I hope this is understood. Now once you have your characters set up, once you know the powers of your characters, the next thing is to beautify your characters, right? Like in Clash of Clans, if we have giants, that giant has like a uniform. I cannot call it a uniform, but it's kind of a costume, and when we look at that costume, we know that this character is a giant, this character is a goblin. So when we see someone wearing something green in color, we know that hey, this fellow is a goblin. So basically we are styling our characters, right? We are styling our characters. Apart from that, as we move through different levels, our town hall changes. So in Clash of Clans, our town hall will change, right? And other buildings that we have built, that also will change. So we are designing our game through different levels. We are providing designs, we are providing styles to make our game pretty. And that is the job of CSS. So CSS basically helps you to align stuff, to provide colors, to provide animations to your game. And the last part is how you're doing things. What are you executing in your game? So adding functionality to the game, such as making your characters move up and down. Now every character will have a way of moving. Not all characters will move in a certain way. Giants are usually slower than other characters in your game. Goblins are faster. Okay, but goblins die quickly, right? Giants take a long time to die, but they are slower at the work that they are doing. So all of this is nothing but functionality in your game. You're providing functionality in your game, and that is done with the help of JavaScript. For example, as you move through different levels, we need to increase your points as well. Maybe there's a leaderboard in your game. We need to increase your points as and when you complete every level. Now that is a part of JavaScript because it's the functional aspect of your game. It's not related to design. It's not related to the layout of your game. So I hope that this is clear. Okay. We have taken an example of a game in order to explain how HTML, CSS and JavaScript actually works. But let's take our previous example. Let's extend on that example of our Google homepage. So this is our Google homepage, which I've got after entering this, which is www.google.com, and the Google servers have given me code files. Which are the code files? HTML, CSS and JavaScript code files to render this homepage. Okay, this is clear. Now, what if I didn't have any CSS? How will this Google homepage look with pure HTML? So in order to find that out, there's a trick. So all you need to do is right click and then click on inspect. Okay, so you're inspecting this website. This is a website nonetheless. Now go to your console tab. So here you have elements and console. Okay, go to your console tab and paste this code. Okay, I have pasted this code. You can see the code on your screen. You can copy it down. It's a JavaScript code. And if you don't understand anything of this code, no worries. You don't need to worry. If you don't know what document is, no worries. If you don't know what style sheets is, no worries. If you don't know what this for is, because it looks like English, but it is actually a programming language which is written with the help of a few English words. Okay, and this is nothing but JavaScript. We will learn about this in the future. No need to worry, just press enter and this is your Google website. Just see, we are on the same website, right? But right now it looks a bit different. We have Gmail and images links over here, which we already had, by the way. We had these links on the website, but right now they are not colored. Basically right now they don't have any styles as such, right? They don't have a color, they don't have a font size or font style or font color that Google websites have. So they are just plain links, and then you can see some circles here that are black in color. Now as I scroll down, you will realize that my picture is here, which is a picture on my Google account. Okay, so I have my picture here, I have Google's logo right now, and after that I have the Google search bar. Sorry, not the search bar, I have the Google's search icon. This is the search icon, by the way, which is there inside the search bar. And then I have something, this is the search bar. Okay, this is the search bar. I have a close button, and then I have this, I have Google search, and then I have Google lens, and I have these two buttons, Google search and I'm feeling lucky. Now these are the two buttons that you might have seen on Google's homepage, but they are not styled as of now. You can only see some content and gray background color, and then again some circles, and then you have this written, okay, right at the bottom. So basically right now you have Google's site, because once I refresh on this, you'll get back the same site. Okay, you're getting it back because my code is no longer valid. I had pasted my code in the console tab, and now it's no longer valid because when I refresh something, when I refresh a website, I'm making a call again to the server, and the server is giving me the same 3 files that it gave me the first time, right? So whatever code I had written right here will no longer be valid. But if I paste the same code again, and if I hit enter again, I will get the same result. Okay, so this is Google's website without any CSS or JavaScript. No, I cannot say JavaScript without any CSS. Okay, this is Google's website without any CSS. Now let's test if JavaScript is present or no. So if I search for lens card and I'll just click on this, I'll just hit enter. Yes, it's working. So I can search something, and the moment I can search something, it means that JavaScript is present, right? JavaScript is working really, really well on this website, but there's no CSS. And once when I hit back, I got the same website again because I'm again making a call to Google server, and Google is giving me CSS files as well. We are not excluding the CSS files. Okay. So I hope that this is understood. I hope you have understood what CSS does. HTML only presents these elements on my screen. I have a link to my Gmail account. I have a link to images. I have my own picture here. I have Google's logo. I have the search bar. I have this, this search icon, the voice and Google Lens icon. All of that is present on my screen. Who is keeping all of that on my screen? HTML is doing that, because HTML is responsible for the layout and structure of my website. But what about the design? How will I know that the Google logo should be the main thing on my screen? It should be right at the middle, right? So that it pops up and my eyes can see the Google logo. Similarly, search bar should be long enough so that I can, utilize the space properly. Okay. Also, these two should be like separate icons. They shouldn't be too big like how we saw previously without any CSS. So the Google search and Google Lens, they should be small icons. Gmail and images are links, but they should have the same color. Like they should have a white color, and my avatar or my icon should be circular in shape, and it should be right at the corner and not somewhere in the middle. Then these two buttons also, when I hover over these buttons, they should have a border. See, when I'm hovering over this, it has a border. Now all of this comes under CSS, and when we wrote this code, when we pasted a code right here, we eliminated the CSS. Okay, so right now what you see is a website because it has HTML, it has all the components, it has CSS because it is styled in that way, it is styled properly, and it also has JavaScript because when I searched for lens card, we can actually search for lens card on the internet. We actually get results for lens card. Okay, so this shows that we also have something known as JavaScript. By now I feel you're comfortable with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I feel that you know what each technology is meant to do. But let's just go one step ahead. Okay, let's go to amazon.in, and I want to show this to you because I want to show you the power of Chrome developer tools. Okay, right now when I inspected a particular website, all of that is done in Chrome developer tools. So what opened right here, the console tab that was open was a part of Chrome developer tools. Okay, and now I'll show you how we can utilize Chrome developer tools in order to manipulate the data that we see on our website. So let's search for iPhone 14 Pro. Okay, so I'm not gonna buy it because I don't have so much money, but I'm going to show you how you can prank your friends who can afford this particular iPhone, which is for around 1,20,000 in Indian rupee, for just 20,000. Okay, so right now instead of 1,20,000, let's make the price of this iPhone 20,000. Okay, so how can we do that? Just right click again, go to inspect. Okay, and now maybe scroll this, just bring this down, and now what you can do is just concentrate on this price and then say inspect. Okay, so just go to this price, don't click on it, just hover over this and then say inspect after right clicking, and you'll be able to see that the amount is present here. Now these are Chrome developer tools. Okay, I'm using the Chrome browser. If you want to see something like this, you will need the Chrome browser. Okay, so make sure that you're on Chrome, and whatever I'm saying will be valid to you if you're on Chrome. Okay, so the value that you see here, the MRP that you see here, is present here as well. So all I will do right now is remove the 1. So I will make this equal to 19,000. So hit enter, And the price of this brand new iPhone 14 Pro has changed to 20,000. Now you can change many things on this particular website. Okay, on this complete website you can change a lot of things. For example, if you want to change the discount that is available, because this phone is available for 1,20,000, the discount can't be just 8%, right? No one will trust you, no one will believe you if you're gonna prank somebody. So you can change this discount. So maybe for now I haven't calculated anything, I'm just putting a blind figure of 80%. Okay, 80% off. I don't know whether it's actually 80% off or no. You can calculate for your, like, for your satisfaction. But if I hit enter, you'll be able to see that this iPhone is now available for 20,000. And by the way, it's not any other iPhone. Okay, it's a brand new iPhone. It's in deep purple color. It's a 14 Pro iPhone of 128 GB. Actually I should have chosen this one, but okay, no worries. So of 128 GB, which is available for 20,000, it's a loot. You're getting 80% off. So you can show this card to your friends. Maybe you can take your friend's laptop and change a few values here and there in the inspect tab, and then show this to your friend. We have done a lot of these things. Okay, we have done a lot of these things with my friends. A lot of my friends have done these things with me as well, especially on Amazon. So this is something that I wanted to show you because it's very close to my heart. I know that I wanted to buy a Google Pixel phone. I think so it was Google Pixel 6a or something like that, but it was out of my budget. And then some of my friends fooled me by doing this trick on Amazon.in. So that's why I thought of showing this to you. But the moment you refresh, all of this will go. Okay, so your prank will not hold through if your friend refreshes the website, and that is what I had done. So when my friends showed this to me first, I did believe them, but then when I hit on refresh, I came to know that this was just a prank. Okay, so the moment you refresh, a call is again made to Amazon servers, and Amazon servers will give you the exact value because it's there in their HTML, right? Their HTML, CSS and JavaScript will be returned to your browser, and the previous values will be shown to you rather than what you make up of it in your local version using your Chrome developer tools. And this is how websites work. It's that simple. So a website is governed by three main code files, and those are nothing but HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And you have also learned how you can manipulate content on various websites, not just on Amazon.in, but on other websites as well. How you can manipulate the values that are given to a particular product or to a particular headline or to anything and everything. So you have learned that using Chrome developer tools. Now this is just the beginning. If you want something like this in detail, if you want to really learn and earn from whatever you're learning, then make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm coming up with some really cool videos, and I'm soon going to be done with this HTML series as well as the CSS series, because I want to start with projects. There are so many projects that are coming up, and just look out for my next video, because in the next video I'm going to release the number of projects that we are going to do in these two series. Okay, the list of all the projects that we are going to do in HTML and CSS will be out in my next video. So if you're looking out for those things, then make sure that you're clicking on that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I hope that this was helpful to you, because I'm putting a lot of efforts. It's not like I don't have any work. I'm working as a software engineer, and if you don't know, then you can also follow me on LinkedIn in order to know what I do in my day-to-day life, because I'm pretty much active on LinkedIn. But what I want to put across is this is something that I'm doing with a lot of efforts. I'm planning things out for you. I'm giving you the right resources so that you can learn the right way and also apply your learnings in the future. So there's a lot of effort that is going into this. All you need from your side is dedication. You need to put in dedication and hard work from your side to watch all the videos properly, to be consistent, and at the same time subscribe, because it's free from your end. I'm not asking for any money, right? So I can at least ask for a subscription. So if you like the way I teach, then you can recommend me to your friends so that even they learn HTML and even they grow in turn. Okay, so with that being said, I'll see you next time. You take care of yourself. Bye.